The sky over Varnix Prime burned with plasma fire. Cities lay in ruin. The proud Verani Republic, once the jewel of the galactic East, was crumbling. For 15 years they had fought the Krylok horde, and now the end had come. General Soral of the Verani stood in what remained of the command center. The power flickered. Walls groaned. He stared at the casualty report as if willing the numbers to change. They wouldn't. The Krylok were relentless. Over 2,000 systems had fallen. They didn't take prisoners. They didn't negotiate. They simply consumed. Soral turned to his advisors. Send the evacuation order. All civilians off-world. We make our final stand here. One of them hesitated. Sir. We received a reply. Soral blinked. From who? The Terrans. Earth. The room went silent. Someone muttered, I thought they'd sealed their borders. Soral nodded. They did. After what they did in the Uros conflict, no one wanted them involved again. Another whispered, maybe we still don't. Too late. The message had already been acknowledged. 3 days later they arrived. No fanfare. No diplomacy. No slow deployment of support craft. The humans simply fell from the stars. Verani scouts reported massive black ships appearing in orbit, silent, angular, alien even by galactic standards. They didn't request clearance. They didn't answer hails. They landed without permission. From each dark dropship came Terran soldiers clad in armor the color of void, marked only by blood-red visors. No insignias, no ranks, only silent, brutal efficiency. They brought no medics, no journalists, no aid workers, just war. General Soral stood atop the shattered walls of the capital, watching a group of humans descend into the streets. Dozens of Krylok beasts swarmed toward them. Clawed, howling monsters bred for war. The humans didn't fire from afar. They advanced. One by one, Krylok fell. Heads cleaved, bodies crushed, acid blood staining the streets. Human weapons hissed with precision. Their movements were unnatural, cold, calculated. Soral turned to his aide. What unit is that? No unit designation, sir. Just one word on their ship manifest. Retribution. In the Krylok command spire, Warlord Rex watched in growing horror. He'd fought the Ryle, broken the Torg, shattered the Senti. But this was something else. Krylok soldiers began deserting. No amount of shock discipline worked. Morale collapsed. The humans didn't leave survivors. They didn't retreat. They didn't stop. And they never spoke. Not even when Krylok translators tried to plead. Not even when they offered surrender. The Terrans just kept moving forward, like death incarnate. By the end of the week, entire Krylok hives were annihilated. Not bombed from orbit, not crippled with viruses, cleared room by room. One Verani scout reported seeing a single human operative enter a Krylok breeding chamber. He emerged 3 hours later, covered in black ichor, the chamber burning behind him. They exterminated them, the scout said, trembling. Every last one. Soral met the human commander, an older Terran named Colonel Reeve. His face was lined with scars, eyes emotionless. We thank you, Soral said, unsure whether to bow or salute. You saved us. Reeve shook his head. We didn't come to save. We came to finish it. Soral hesitated. Why now? Why answer the call? Reeve looked out over the smoldering battlefield. Because we knew what the Krylok were. We saw the signs. You tried to fight fair. We don't. He turned, walking away. We're not your heroes, General. We're your last resort. The Krylok fled. For the first time in history, they ran. And the Verani, what was left of them, watched as humans left just as suddenly as they'd arrived. No monuments. No speeches. No flag raised. Just a cold silence. And a galaxy changed forever. In the ruins of their lost empire, the Verani carved a message into stone. When the war was lost and the stars began to fade, the monsters of Earth came, not to save us, but to punish those who would end us. And below it, just one word,